Scooby-Doo and the Samurai Sword is an animated feature film from 2008. This is directed by Christopher Berkeley. It's written by Joe Sichta, and we have the usual brilliant voice cast for the Scooby-Doo feature films, including Frank Welker, Kasem, Mindy Cohn, Grey Griffin. We also have Kevin Michael Richardson, Brian Cox, George Takei. Really brilliant voice cast. Absolutely no issues there at all. And to be honest, I don't really have any issues with the film, but I didn't really enjoy it because it's not my kind of narrative. There are, for me, three kinds of Scooby-Doo feature films. There are those that are exactly what I look for with Scooby, and I love them. There are those that are quite different to what I look for, but they're a pleasant surprise. And there are those like Samurai Sword, where it just didn't really appeal to me at all, but I don't think there's anything wrong with it. Of course, if it is your kind of story, I'd love to know if it met your expectations. It starts off with a bit of a history of this samurai sword. I don't want to go into too much detail, but this samurai sword has a curse, and then in the present day, something activates this, and it's up to the gang, mostly Scooby and Shaggy, to try and track down this sword and save the day. Or, well, save a lot of things, actually, not just the day. There is a lot at stake here, and it seems like it could be quite a dark mystery. Curses are quite a heavy topic, but to be honest, I didn't find the narrative to be that appealing for me personally. There's nothing wrong with it. It's actually very well written. There's a lot of detail. I think the backstory is very well written. It seems to check all of the right boxes. Again, if this is your kind of story, you might have a different opinion there, and I'd love to know what you think. But the point there is that I can't really fault the narrative. We do have some really great characters. The narrative may not have appealed to me, but the characters were definitely pretty great and very well animated, a nice variety of personalities to keep things interesting, and we also have some beautiful locations. We have Tokyo in animation, which looks really brilliant, and visually it is a delight. The animation for this is pretty great. So, narrative doesn't appeal to me, but the characters are great, and the animation is great. So did I enjoy it? Not particularly, but it was certainly watchable. More than watchable. It was okay. It was fine. If you're a Scooby fan, but you're not interested in the narrative, I'd say it's still worth watching because there are enough elements there that it was an okay experience. But if I were to rank all of the Scooby feature films that I've seen, I have a couple left, but if I were to rank them all, in terms of the narrative, it would be near the bottom. But as I said, I can't pinpoint anything that I think should have been done differently, that I would have liked to have seen with a different angle. It works fine, but I'd love to know what you think of it. If you had high expectations for the story, did it meet those expectations? What did you think of it? Personally, I thought Scooby-Doo and the Samurai Sword was a well-written narrative with a lot of detail and a nice backstory. The characters were great, and the animation is a delight, but it's definitely not a personal favourite.